Okay, so going from class today, what we're going to do is start to prepare the master pattern. And then what we're going to do is start to add allowances on this. So this video is going to take you through that process. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is after we've already cut this out, we have it the way that we want it. If you need to make any adjustments to the top line, you can make those adjustments now by erasing and drawing it while it's flat, similar to drawing on paper, so it should be pretty easy. If the top line is the way that you want it, you're going to take these next steps. Grab an awl, and what you're going to want to do is poke a hole here. So just before the edge of the pattern, you're going to poke a hole there. Okay, and then here also, just before the edge of the pattern, you're going to poke a hole there. Okay, that hole is really just to kind of warn you to not cut through the edge of the pattern. And then when we get to more complicated, when we get to other complicated styles, this will be a point of intersection that we'll mark. So you'll see that when we get to those. As for this point, the only thing that you want to do on this master pattern is cut some windows in this so that we can transfer this line to the new piece that we're going to trace this onto. Okay, so you're going to need your X-Acto. And on this one, I'm going to zoom it in here a bit more so you can see closer. And on this one, what we're going to want to do is you're going to start back here close to where you cut the hole. If you can see, your hole is right here, okay? So right where that little dot is. And you're going to cut about 5 millimeters, and then you're going to pick your blade up. What you're trying to do is create a slit. As you can see, that cut that we just made, you're going to create a slit that's there. But what you need to do is open that. So I'm going to use my awl, and what you do is you take the awl and you kind of drag it on either side of that. And what it starts to do is open up a little channel so you can transfer that line. So I'm going to keep on doing that. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole thing. Okay, and then I'm just going to continue to do that. So every about 5 mm, I'm going to cut along my line. I'm going to pick it up, skip 5 mm, and I'm just going to keep on moving along that pattern. And you'll still have a chance to fix this on the pattern you trace it to once you do it as well. Okay, got it. So I've made all my cuts. And now I'm going to go back and open up these windows so it's easy for me to trace. Okay. So if you look at these, you can see how those are opened up. So you're just kind of taking the awl and pressing against either side of the paper that's there to make a channel so that you can trace it. Once you do that, what you'll do, get your oak tag, whatever you're using, cardstock, oak tag, okay? Take your pattern piece, put it down here. So we're gonna go ahead and trace this. You wanna leave yourself, you can see kind of how much room I have on this whole piece. You want to leave yourself enough room. Don't get too close to the edge, and you want to have enough room so that when you mirror this and you flip it over, you can that you're not running out of space. Okay, so just so you can kind of see, I'll zoom out a bit more so you can see how much room I'm going to leave. Okay, so I'm leaving some room here. If you need a measurement for about how much you need towards the edge, if you leave yourself 40 millimeters or 4 centimeters from the bottom edge, you'll be fine. And leave yourself another 40 in the front, you'll be fine to do what we need to do. At this point, we're going to go ahead and trace the entire master pattern. Important that you don't let the pattern move while you're tracing it. And I may have to trace this over in like a green ink or something so that you can see it. I think it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and trace it over in green ink. Again, I want you to be using pencil and not green ink or any other kind of pen. So don't get used to doing that, but I think this will help just for visibility for the video's sake. Check my line here. Okay. All right, so I still haven't moved it because what I also want to do is transfer this line that I traced. And again, I'm going to do this in green ink just so you can see it. So I'm tracing in those window lines that we just made. And that's going to transfer the top line of the pattern to the new piece that I have traced it on. Okay, that's the whole point of that. So you cut windows to transfer your pattern lines. Okay, at this point, go ahead and draw in the top line. So just going to kind of start to clean this up. You can kind of connect the dots, connect between the dashes, and draw it in all the way to the finish. So take your time and make sure. When you come across this point, you want to make sure that you're coming across like a crosshair that's here so that your line is straight. You don't want your line to be coming down like this because when you mirror it, what you'll get on the other side is a V, and you don't want to end up with a V. So you want it to be a nice round shape for this flat. Okay, cool. So you have that pattern going here to here. All right.